National will, unity core of Iran's power. Khamenei. Australian PM, devastated by violence at protest against Israeli president's visit. Epstein associate Maxwell refuses to testify, seeks clemency. U.S. senators visit Greenland to rebuild trust broken by Trump. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei says the country's true strength comes from national unity, not military power. In a televised speech marking the 47th anniversary of the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Khamenei praised the Iranian people for remaining resilient, determined, and aware of their national interests. He described the anniversary as a symbol of independence from foreign influence, and said outside efforts to restore pre-revolution conditions in Iran have failed. Khamenei pointed to the annual nationwide rallies as proof of public steadfastness, adding that strong participation sends a message to Iran's adversaries. The leader emphasized that unity, determination, and resistance to external pressure are the foundations of national power. He also expressed hope that Iran's youth will continue advancing in science and ethics to support the country's future progress. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says he is devastated after violent clashes broke out at a Sydney protest against the visit of Israeli President Isaac Herzog. The unrest began when police blocked demonstrators from entering a restricted area near official events. Officers used pepper spray during the confrontation, and 27 people were arrested, including 10 accused of assaulting police. Albanese said people have the right to protest peacefully but defended police, noting they had clearly set marching routes. New South Wales Premier Chris Minns added that officers faced extremely difficult conditions, as Herzog was attending a nearby memorial for victims of a deadly December attack on Bondi Beach. Allowing protesters closer, he said, could have led to disaster. The police response has drawn criticism after videos showed officers pushing Muslim men who were praying near Town Hall. A Greens lawmaker also reported being injured during the march. Herzog's 4-day visit aims to support Australia's Jewish community after the December shooting that killed 15 people. While many welcomed the visit, others opposed it, citing concerns over Israel's actions in Gaza. Ghislaine Maxwell, the convicted associate of Jeffrey Epstein, refused to answer questions during a U.S. congressional deposition, repeatedly invoking her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. Maxwell appeared virtually from a Texas prison, where she is serving a 20-year sentence for sex trafficking. Lawmakers had hoped to question her about Epstein's crimes and whether other individuals were involved. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer called the outcome disappointing, saying the goal was to uncover the truth and deliver justice for survivors. Democratic Representative Melanie Stansbury said Maxwell appeared to be seeking clemency, while her lawyer stated she would testify fully if granted a presidential pardon. The White House, however, says no leniency is being considered. Survivors of Epstein's abuse urged lawmakers to treat any information from Maxwell cautiously, warning that giving her credibility or special treatment would harm victims. Maxwell was convicted in 2021 for recruiting underage girls for Epstein, who died in jail in 2019 while awaiting trial. Meanwhile, lawmakers continue reviewing millions of documents related to the Epstein investigation, as survivors push for full transparency and officials deny any cover-up. A bipartisan group of U.S. senators visited Greenland to repair relations after President Donald Trump's past threats to annex the Arctic territory strained trust with allies. Senator Lisa Murkowski said decades of trust built since World War II had been damaged and must now be restored. The delegation toured a U.S. military base and met Greenland's Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen, with plans to also speak to Foreign Minister Vivian Motzfeldt. The visit follows Trump stepping back from earlier takeover threats after reaching a framework agreement with NATO chief Mark Rutte to increase U.S. influence in the region. Denmark and Greenland acknowledged shared security concerns, particularly regarding Russia and China, but stressed that sovereignty and territorial integrity remain non-negotiable. U.S. lawmakers emphasized that Washington wants to remain a trusted partner, calling Greenland a friend and pledging to rebuild cooperation.